Hi, everybody. It's Courage Tuesday, where I talk about how the courage work shows up in my real life. So I just did it at like one of my check-ins with my last full training cohort. So like when you come and do the full 3-day training with me, well, you're kind of stuck with me, and I check in with you on a regular basis to see how things are going. And I've had a couple of responses to that check-in, and it reminded me of a really important piece of this courage work. You just take a step. Not necessarily the best step, not necessarily the right step, definitely not the perfect step, because there's no such thing as the perfect step. You just take a step. If you come to a 3-day training with me, you learn a lot. I am a fire hose. All 3 days of those trainings, you learn a lot from the community that you're in the cohort with. Like it's a lot. And at the end of our 3 days, we always do kind of like, what is one thing that you are going to implement starting today, starting tomorrow? Like one thing from 3 days of training with me, 24 hours. What's one thing? What's a step? And so these, my alumni who have checked in with me, like it's been things like I used to do the bullet journal years ago, and I loved seeing that it was on your resource list, and so I bought myself a bullet journal. Or um, I am actually going back through the workbook with my husband. Like I'm telling him and sharing with him my answers to it, and talking about what I learned from you. And I loved that idea, that implementation. Also like implementing one of the simple breathing techniques that we learn in the training, and doing it first thing in the morning or last thing before you sleep. What is one small thing? Using curious language, practicing self-compassion, reminding yourself of your values, putting them up on your bathroom mirror. It's all of these pieces. Like the courage work is, well, it's 5 pathways to a courageous life. You can learn all about those when the podcast comes out. And really, the courageous life is born of a step. And you implement that step, you integrate it, you discipline yourself to change your life. You will not be motivated necessarily to change your life. Motivation is born of discipline. And you will for sure fall off track. You will for sure mess it up. And you meet yourself with grace and self-compassion, and you simply begin again the next day with some accountability, a deep breath, and also self-love. Because changing your life will not happen all at once, and it will not happen if you're terrible to yourself. It is born one step at a time through love.